Well, g'day again. Another video of something that seems all too common an occurrence lately is another interesting interaction with some aeroplanes. This aircraft here is actually one of two in a formation, and we were heading for the beach over here, and right in front of us we saw a 172 that was from Redcliffe going to Redcliffe. Now, we saw this aircraft. He was 1,000 feet. We were 1,575. Called this aircraft. I was in the lead at the time. I called this aircraft on the radio. Cessna travelling south, Pumice Passage. This is strike formation, 2 aircraft over the passage at your 3 o'clock, slightly high. We should be passing behind you. There was no reply. Then the aircraft started to make a left turn, and because he hadn't replied, I started to get a bit nervous. So round about here, I made another radio call. Cessna over Bribbiana Township. This is strike formation, 2 aircraft. We're also over Bribbiana Township, 1,500. We're now at your 9 o'clock, slightly high. We're tracking for the coast, and we'll be tracking northbound over the coast. The aircraft did not reply and continued to do a left turn. And it was about here where I made another call saying, Cessna over Bribbiana Township, this is strike formation, 2 aircraft. We are coming abeam you, and we're about to become close proximity. Please do not climb. And again, there was no reply. So the aircraft continued to fly underneath us. He was 1,109, and we were 1,470. Now, it wasn't as easy for us to just climb away or make a turn because we were in a formation. And formations cannot maneuver as quickly as need in emergency situations unless we break away. There's a whole bunch of considerations, safety considerations for breaking formation or making abrupt movements. The aircraft disappeared below us and behind, and we lost sight. And we got no idea who it was. They did not communicate at all, and we continued. And as a matter of fact, we actually, if I just pause that for a second and scroll out just a little bit, there was an aircraft here. I'm not sure if it's this one, but he was coming Mermaid Lagoon, which is actually down here, and somebody called heading towards the Glasshouse Mountains from the coast. Now, I wasn't sure where the other Cessna had gone, and so I called that aircraft that was travelling to the Glasshouse and said, hey, look, there was some aeroplane over the Bribbiana town. He was headed north last time we saw him. He's not communicating with anybody. Just be aware. And he replied and said, no worries, I heard all that. We'll keep an eye out. And so it must not have been this aircraft. But overall, what we're looking at here is if we do a trace on this aircraft, it has actually come out of Redcliffe, done a bit of a scenic around, a loop around the town, and gone back to Redcliffe. Now, once again, no idea if they had a radio, if it was serviceable. Whilst there's no requirement to have a radio in Class G airspace, it would be pretty irresponsible to not have a radio in a busy place like this. Being a Cessna, I would assume that it would have a radio. There is a regulation, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there is a regulation that says that if you have a radio fitted, you must monitor the frequency of the airspace that you are traveling in for this exact reason. Now, if he had have inadvertently climbed, that could have been a whole different story. So once again, please people, be more alert, situationally aware, turn your radios up, make sure you're listening to the frequency, and expect anybody, anywhere, anytime. Please fly safe.